broke it skateboarding with my grandkids.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, you trying to do a 360 kickflip off of half pipe?
I tell you, man, I blame them for it because they all make it look so easy. My granddaughter's going down this hill. She's not even looking where she's going. She's looking around and playing with her fingernails. And I'm like, let me show you how it's done. I got about 10 feet. She says, Papa, you're cooking. And then bam,
Yep.
He, and
it's
he showed him
over.
how it's done, all right.
You
They're
gotta
traumatized.
you gotta turn.
So I'm laying there for about 5 minutes and she's like, are you okay?
Mm.
I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fine. Let me crawl over to the truck and help myself up. And I'm standing there and I knew something was not right. I couldn't put any weight on it.
Oof.
But then Mrs. Jack refuses to take me to the doctor until we get back down here. We're up there in Tampa and we're down here in Naples and we have to go to the provider down here. So that was a good fun day and a half. Um,
Did you
but
have to
you
get
know,
you have to get surgery?
no, don't have to get surgery. I
That's
found that out Tuesday. Actually, I wanted them to just cut the leg off. I'd had it with all of it. The ankle is mangled, and I just said, cut it off, man. I'll put a peg on there, and I'll have that wooden peg leg going for me.
Well, that's crazy, man. I'm glad you don't need surgery though, because
Thanks.
it's
Yeah, the
as
surgery
good
would have
as
been,
bad as it hurts. You don't want to have to go through all that. I broke my
yeah,
ankle a few years ago, and man, it's crazy. Like a lifetime of activity, 6 weeks off your
yeah,
legs can just
yeah.
destroy your strength.
I got 8 more weeks in the boot, and I don't take the pills because I don't think they work, and they make me not. I just don't feel good. It doesn't really kill the pain, so
Yeah.
forget it. Anyway, let's go on to more exciting things like in the market, buddy. I got some assignments going my way. Uh, I got AVGO put to me at 345,
Nice.
and I turned around and sold the 360 strike call for this Friday for 248 clams.
Spicy.
That was a gift. I got the fly called away from me at 28. Did you get fly called away?
I just sold puts down here at 20
Oh.
for this Friday. So as long as it stays up here, I'm just full profit
Yeah, and
right there.
I got the VRT put to me at 170, and then I sold the
BRT.
180 call against that.
That's a
But
nice one.
I sold a bunch of TSLL 1850 puts Friday after the show, and I didn't get the stock. Did you? I'm a
I,
little
I'm
bit not
still
happy. I'm not
I'm still
happy.
riding everything I got. Yeah, I didn't add any more. I just rolled forward all my 19s and 20s and 21s. I
Yep.
haven't got put on anything and riding the 5,000 shares. I haven't sold any calls yet. I'm expecting this rip to really take place here. So
I got called out of 500 shares of Exxon Mobil at 123, and I have not been able to buy those back yet. So I'll probably throw a
excellent.
put out, a cash secured put out there. I
Oh
think
yeah.
Trump doesn't like Mr. Exxon. He said the guy was trying to be too cute during the.
Yeah, I don't think that whole meeting went the way Trump expected it
Oh man,
to.
that stuff is bad down there. I mean, Venezuela makes Russia's oil fields look like modern technology. I mean that's stuff from like 1914 still down in Venezuela.
Yeah. And,
Pumping.
and the oil companies were like, we've played there 2, 3 times in the past. We want some guarantees before we put more money at it because we keep getting all our stuff stolen. And
Twice.
that was not the way Trump expected it to go down.
So he told them, you'll be dealing just with us. But, if they take the country over again, another coup, they'll take it right back a third time.
Yeah.
So who knows?
And,
Trump won't be in power then.
and, Trump can only guarantee it for like 3 years. So, and they wanted like 20-year guarantees, ExxonMobil and some of the other companies there. So,
They don't need it. They're going to get Greenland in about 2 weeks. They don't need Venezuela.
although over the weekend, the travel warning telling all Americans to leave Venezuela. So something else is cooking down there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I don't know what that would be. But boy, today was another really good day to get off some great calls, the VRT 180s, the AVGO 360s. Sold some more NVIDIA 190s, a bunch of TSLL 1950 calls. Yeah, it's been a good day. Good. Last week was great.
I have that one little chunk of IBIT. I sold those 54s and they went out for 0. Sold them again this morning for 20 bucks and just kind of waiting on that one.
Take a look at ASTS.
I still marching up to that target. ASTS.
Tell me what you
Yeah,
think of it.
I'm bullish on space stocks.
Yeah,
This whole year, man. Especially if SpaceX IPO does happen, that's just going to be the biggest theme I think of 2026.
you're right. I totally agree. And what we were talking about, Alex, and maybe you agree with this, is that every now and then something comes along that you really can't put a price on.
Yeah,
If you look at some companies, it's really easy to see how much money they can make. Like McDonald's, it's pretty easy to put a top on that. But when you have something like SpaceX, the sky is the limit, really, literally.
yeah.
What do people can think what that's going to be worth, So I just think
It's
that stock is going to add tremendous volatility, add more volatility to tech. I cannot wait for the day that that thing goes public, and the day that they list options on that is going to be a great day for all traders.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
That's going to be so
I
cool.
like it. How about
So,
defense? Where are you on defense?
um,
Fly. We play fly here a bit.
Fly Aerospace.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, defense is good. Let me see, look, what's defense doing today? Where's my bombs watch list? Uh, defense is up today. I mean, I think, Kratos is going to be good. There's a lot of drone-based stuff. BA, I just read a thing in CNBC. I mean, I think defense is just going to be hot, $1.5 trillion dollars. It's kind of hard to short defense with that kind of defense spending going on. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like a great narrative, like a fun narrative, just like defense. It's like kind of boring, but um, you know, I have all these like LHX, Kratos, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman. I need to find some like smaller, like funner, more defense-based companies. I think some of them are like ONDS is like technically a defense company, but it's on my drones watch list. So, but yeah, I mean, defense is going to be big, especially if we're arming up.
AVAV.
AVAV. Yes, okay, that's on my drones watch list. I'm looking at this. This is a more fun. Yeah, AVAV is going to be big. There's been a few flows coming in on AVAV here recently.
Joby. What happened? Joby's not really defense. It's just kind of.
Yeah, if you the 2026 330 calls on AVAV last Friday, they got 20% of the whole average options volume dropping on those for 330. I don't know where they're at right now, AVAV. 330. Oh, those are in the money. Oh yeah. Whatever.
That's a three-time bull on aerospace and defense. I like that.
Yeah, I thought you
What do you
might.
think?
Look, did you see the beta right there?
Let me see, man. I got to write this down. What do you think of that one, Jeffrey? Is that
3
kind of
point.
your pattern or no?
I mean, it's already
Ooh,
nearing the top a little bit
ooh,
there,
ooh, 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 ooh.
but
Like it.
that's your
Where's
kind of thing right there, that uptrend.
Yes, sir. I'm liking that trend.
The only thing is we don't
Mm-mm-mm.
have weekly options on this one. That's the only
Oh,
bummer.
wow. No, that kills the deal then.
Yeah, they're juicy, but they're just monthlies.
Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, that's a great trend right there, though, and a great beta. But too long in it. I don't want to be in it. And we see you got a 1 week as your action, but there's no option for the week.
Right. Yep.
So I don't want to wait that long.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find a 2x leverage on defense. Let's see if I spell it right. Shield is a 1x. And I would think there'd be a 2x, but just doesn't seem like that's going to be a high interest anyway, though.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vanek defense, TF, yeah. Yeah, I'm just not going to see much where people are going to play big in here, I don't think. Yeah, just not going to be many that we get lots of option
Yeah.
volumes.
It's just an individual stock thing here. Make a little list. ASTS, Rocket Lab, Fly,
I'll tell you, RDW is my favorite space stock. I think that has the
RDW.
yeah, RDW. Redwire. They're pretty. I mean, so they're like a supplier. They have their few of their own production capabilities, like actual devices and stuff. Putting satellites, various stuff. They also supply. I think they supply to ASTS as well as to SpaceX and Blue Origin. And they do a lot of like auxiliary component parts for companies. So today actually is interesting. So um, they bumped up. So they have a gap fill back. If you go to August 7th, they see that gap. And then they have this like high. They've just bounced off of the same high from October 6th today, like literally like cent by cent. Um, so and then they sold off. But if they can break through the $11.82 mark, I could see them going up to, at least near term 13.38 or so. Um,
They got any earnings?
not for a while, like
Losing money.
not until March 26th. But yeah, I mean, they're one of those like vaporware companies that is about the story. Like most of these companies are, honestly.
Lots of debt, no cash flow.
Any beta worth playing? Any weeklies?
Let's see what
Yeah,
we
they got
got.
weeklies.
229.
It's not terrible.
Yeah, they're super. I mean, they're super traded. A lot of
And
volume,
they
a lot of open interest.
got
See what we-
some revenue, right?
They had a couple quarters ago. They had no, actually no, they haven't never had any revenue.
They get this says 100 million. 100 million.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's the kind of stuff that's either going to go out of business or get acquired for pennies on the dollar.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
not
I
all
mean,
going to make it, man. I
that's
just,
the that's the thing.
Yeah, price to sales is only 5, but no earnings, no PE.
Mhm.
yeah, if
Let's
it
see
was
what
a
we
higher
got on
price,
the
it'd be a good show.
Like a lot of these companies, man, Oklo, SMR, they all are just vaporware companies. But hey,
little bit
Va-
thin on the volume. Let's see.
Vaporware, as in there's nothing to them.
yeah,
Eh,
basically,
no products hardly.
yeah, yeah.
Open
Yeah,
interest. A little light on open interest for me, but
What's
yeah.
their daily volume?
daily volume 22 million shares.
25,000 contracts a day.
I was trying to find the contracts. Didn't look super juicy here, but it's pretty thin on the volume here. It's not dead, but it's just not super spicy.
What do you consider thin on volume?
Well, I mean, you got lots of zeros in here. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
I mean, Jack and I have been playing TSLL, which is, we got hundreds every day.
Oh yeah. Well, TSLL, man, that is a monster of a trading machine.
And then we've been playing Fly too, which, definitely, you know, you got less zeros in there. At least you got a few contracts on almost every strike. So,
Yeah.
yeah, RDW. I mean, it's not dead. It's, obviously it's got weeklies. It just a little thinner than, and I'll play all sorts of stuff. So it looks like people are playing calls though, not so much the puts.
Oh yeah. No, it's totally skewed towards the call side.
Yeah, we've been doing well. Has the beta gone down on this thing? I didn't see much action in it.
It's got 229 on RDW.
All right. I'm going to show you something pretty ridiculous. Let me share the screen.
Yeah, just 1 second here. Stop the
So
share.
I got the uh, Jeffrey and I both use this Power X optimizer software, and we're doing the wheel here, uh, Alex. And
Hmm.
so I don't know if you can see this, Jeffrey.
That's a nice number. That's a nice number. I like it.
Nice.
That's for this month. Yeah, that's funny. All right, back to you, my friend.
Yeah, I don't have one quite that good for the month. You're definitely getting closer to the 50K challenge. Um,
Yeah. I
I
just
did.
was wanted to tell people how TSLL, T Sizzle, as I refer to it, has been such a moneymaker, and I just wanted to prove it to you rather than just keep telling everybody. But Alex, what we're doing here, we both take a little bit of a different approach. We trade TSLL. We start out with some cash secured puts somewhere close to the price of the stock. It could be anywhere from 17 to 20. I've done it, and then we're get us. I'd love to take assignment, and then I got the stock put to me at 18.50 and sold it for 19.50 last week, and then just constantly getting assigned and loving every minute of it, and that's where I'm at on this thing. But we're pounded on this because it has a beta of a stock that's volatile and it's not volatile. So it's a bit of an anomaly what's going on here. Yeah, the cash flow from this thing, selling cash secured puts and then taking assignment or not. Jeffrey never has taken assignment. He's made 3 grand on this thing without ever touching the stock.
Yeah, just on 4 contracts.
Yeah, yeah. What a moneymaker, man. 3 grand without ever touching the stock. That's a great case study.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, no, that's sick.
we've been
yeah,
going
it's been a
after it
lot of
just
fun.
right. We've been going after it since right over here in September, and it hadn't really gone anywhere. That's why the beta is it's just wrong. Like this is not a beta of 3.32.
Not at all.
It hadn't gone anywhere.
But the options are paying you as if it was a beta of 3.32. So yeah, it's been crazy. We've been doing them weekly, and as far as a price point for people that want to do a cash secured put that don't want to do it on a triple digit stock, this is a great example of that. And I don't know of one under 20 that's going to pay you as much as this one is. So if you wanted to get started, yeah, I'm in it right now, Run. I'm in it to win it. I'm all over this
How
thing.
far away do you how far away do you sell out of the money?
Every we use
Jack and I do it a little different. Jack goes really close to the money, and I've just kind of been sitting right here at 19, 20, 21. I've had 18s, 19s, 20s, 21s, just all in here. Just keep rolling forward every week.
hmm Yeah, I like to take assignment. I got assigned 1,500 at 1850, and I sold 1,000 at 1950, and I kept the other 500, and just selling calls against that, and then trying to get more. I really think as the year goes on, Tesla's going to be probably one of the best story stocks and definitely one of the best to trade. But really, TSLL has given us a better bang for our buck than Tesla. But Tesla's going to be the stock that pushes this thing higher.
Right. I mean, well,
So,
nobody can afford Tesla, right? The
show them,
options are
Jeffrey, how
expensive.
this is weird too, Alex. There's a million weird things about this. Is that this thing trades like 1.4, 1.5 times more than Tesla stock.
Yeah, when you
And
look
the
at the
options too. It's weird.
and when you look at the daily volume on Tesla, you have like 70 million shares, and TSLL usually runs higher than that. We got 76 million right there the last 30 days. It was running we were up to almost 2 times as much on TSLL back here in the real heyday here. And it's been tapering off a little bit as we got into the holidays.
Tesla's 30 million today. TSLL is 41.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy how
Yeah.
people this more, trade this more than they do the actual underlying. And it's a
Yeah.
2x leverage. So
Yeah.
Show
Yeah.
them
That's cool.
your expectation, Jeffrey. You'll get a kick out of this, Alex.
yeah, so if this plays out, it's got a rocket ship pattern, what I call rocket ship pattern in here. I don't know where my little rocket went. Let's pull it back on here.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
Put my rocket back on here. So if this thing plays out the way it's kind of set up to do, it has a potential for this crazy move right here, all the way up in the 50 area, right up here.
Yeah. I mean, if Elon, what is it, the robotics, what is it, it just is it like a tangential play from SpaceX IPO, robotics, all that stuff.
This is just the
What's the
chart
story?
patterns. I have
Yeah,
two
what's
technical patterns lining up, and this sets up a potential launch pad for that price right there.
yeah,
And
what about you, Jack? Like, what's the story? Why do you think it's going to be so good?
Same thing.
Yeah.
I think just Tesla's been a laggard. It's been a brutal laggard last year, and I think it's going to be a hotter story to it now. The whole thing with Tesla is, yeah, they're not selling as many cars here or abroad. Definitely not in China, and it's kind of a gloom and doom story on the car side. The credits are tax credits going away, all that stuff. But it's the other stuff that's going to make, it's really Tesla's more of a tech company than a car company. And I think that part of the story is going to come out more, especially when SpaceX gets going. It'll just be more synonymous.
they're robots. I mean, it's a robots company.
Yes,
Yeah.
AI
exactly.
robots.
I
Yeah.
forgot about all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get me a robot. Yeah. Now, would you ride in a robot driven Tesla, Alex?
Um, I would, I think,
I knew it.
after like a couple other million people do
Yeah. I don't know. Not for
I've
me.
it.
my truck's been doing 93% of all my driving for the last 2 months.
Now, does your insurance go down or does it go up because you can drink in there while it's driving you?
My insurance company doesn't tap into the telemetrics or whatever telemetry.
They
So
don't? I thought
no,
you had to put that thing on there like progressive, like to tells you
Yeah, I think
how
that's
well
just
you're driving.
progressive. I think it's
I've
just
got USAA. I've got the
Oh,
military insurance.
all right. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
USAA doesn't care. Lemonade's supposedly working a deal with Tesla though to offer much cheaper
Oh,
insurance.
really?
Yeah, they're supposed to be working a deal with Tesla to insure all the cyber cabs and the robo taxis and stuff like that.
Man, that would make lemonade go through the
Yeah.
roof.
I mean, it's already looking pretty spicy here.
I know. It had a little bit of choppiness, but then it popped, didn't it?
This has a nice potential to get maybe a
Yeah.
little maybe another consolidation here after this move because
Yeah. You talk about a company that disappointed.
I
I know
know.
some dudes that were part of the underwriting group, and man, I thought there was going to be a lawsuit. This thing hit like what, 170 and then went to 10 or 9 or something.
180, 180 looking at
Yeah.
that right.
And I'm just thinking, man, any day you're going to read about a class action suit against the underwriters and everybody at Lemonade. Uh,
Mhm.
but never happened. And now it's kind of turning the corner.
Who are the underwriters? It's the AI. You can't sue the AI.
The lawyer, the original law firm, everybody that put the prospectus together. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
just it's got a ways to come back up to that price though, another
Uh,
$100.
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. They were so, I mean, they've been, wow. Yeah. That's that's pretty heady for old lemonade.
I like these failed IPOs though. I got a whole little strategy going on with them. Like FRMI really disappointed bummed everybody out. Didn't do this one, it happened too quick. But a lot of these failed IPOs are kind of turning the corner.
Well, that one, I
Yeah,
mean,
Fly's recovering, it looks like. You guys mentioned that.
Yep. Flies
yeah,
turning the corner.
yeah, it looked like Fly bottomed out here. Yeah,
I really like this one.
Jack's going after Fermi. I'm still on the fence here. I'm not
What's
sure.
Fermi do?
Nothing.
I love trading companies that do nothing. That's
They're
like all.
getting sued too. They're getting sued by everybody. But it's Rick
Wow.
Perry running the thing. Rick Perry, former governor of Texas, I think, and he ran the Department of Energy or something for a while.
Yeah.
So he's put together this big thing out in the middle of nowhere, Texas, and he's trying to have multiple energy sources to power AI, space stuff, everything you can think of. But the company had a tenant. Tenant backed out. The stock plummeted. That got my attention. I bought it at 775. And what's
Nice.
so crazy about this thing is I sold the $5 puts and I bought some stock. I sold the $10 strike calls and I sold the 750 puts and the $5 puts. I haven't had any stock put to me and I might have it called away here the
Man.
16th. But
Well, I look at the 7.50 puts for the 20th of February, man.
yeah, This has been a huge disappointment, and Jeffrey has a great way of framing it that once a stock has sufficiently bummed everybody out, then it,
Yeah.
then it can turn the corner. That's what this one has done.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but it's these failed IPOs that I like. The ones that
Yeah.
really been bludgeoned. Fly, Circle Internet,
Yeah.
Fermi. What else was out there?
That's a
Chime.
ridiculous amount of premium, though. I mean, I guess it's probably
Yeah.
warranted for this company, but man, you could sell those 750 puts and get 80
Yeah.
no, 87 cents a contract.
Isn't
Wow.
that
Yeah.
insane?
Yeah.
That's completely insane. You could turn around and sell the calls, if you got the stock put to you. It's just is a wild thing. But what's going to be the end of the fun? The ride is going to end because this is technically a REIT. And once they get, if they ever get the whole thing fully uh, sold out, then they'll turn it into a REIT where they're distributing the 92.5% of all the revenue. But
Right.
right now, no REIT, just a story and two sides, bulls and bears shaping up. Bears
I love
saying
it.
it's going to zero, and bulls saying it's going to 50. So,
I think I'm always long companies with cool names. I feel like
yeah.
the cooler your ticker or your name, it's hard to short companies like that, man. I'm telling you, you don't have to think too hard. Like it's just this market sometimes, man, with the internet and retail traders, you get people on Wall Street bets or Reddit just clamping onto something. It's hard to they can send it to the moon.
Yeah, they could. That's what Tom Busby always had a theory that the better the stock symbol, if people could remember it, then the better the stock was.
Right. Totally agree with that, man.
Yeah.
Like Lunar. Lunar is another space company. It's just how can you short a ticker called Lunar? It's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
LUNR.
How's that one doing? What's the beta on this one here?
Been chopping around quite a bit.
Yeah.
Three, man, 307.
Yeah.
Yeah, it bounced off today that volume shelf low. There's a little volume shelf it just bounced off of, and the 9. I think we probably have higher for Lunar to go. I think it's not, yeah, it has more room to run to ATHs. Someone asked about ASTS. I mean, I don't know. Did we do talk about that? Looks like it's about to hit the all-time highs sort of close.
Yeah. I've
I
been
feel like,
loving this thing. I sold an
STS, yeah.
83 put on this sucker, if you can believe it. There was a market for the 83 put, pretty fat. And I sold the 120 calls. So when I really get a conviction on something like this one, Alex, I do like my triple play. I'll do some cash secured puts, hoping to get the stock and taking the premium, but I
Mhm.
don't want to miss the upside. So I'll buy a couple hundred shares and then I'll sell some calls against that, but not all of it. But this thing gets me excited. I love, love, love this trend right here. That's got Jack written all over it.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I'm looking at man, premium wise too. Like the volume kind of just like peters out there at 80, 87. But you could either, if you did want to get assigned, you could go more. You could get some juicy premiums for this. For the 16th,
Yeah,
you get
yeah.
$100 50, basically selling. So if for people who don't want to get assigned, just want to collect the.
No, I want it. I want the
I know
stock.
you do, but if you didn't, I mean, you could go pretty. If you just wanted the premium, you could go to $78, and you could still get like $30 per contract, which is good in normal circumstances. But I mean, it looks so at 85, you're over 100. Go up to 85, which is right basically below the volume shelf. Man,
I love it. I
that's
love this one.
crazy.
There's more opportunities I'm seeing right now than maybe ever before, and never have I seen premiums this high. We've just been killing it here on the show, doing it live and helping people do it too, and it's been a blast.
VIX is low now too, which is wild. Lowish, 15, almost well, a little over 15.
So,
Um,
Harry, we're not buying any Tesla. We're not buying any TSLA. We're doing it all of it via TSLL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
And
it down.
Sean, come to I'll see you at Profit Panel today. I know you're always there. We'll talk about vacation, talk about more about the vacation on
Yeah.
Profit Panel.
And
It is
Harry,
cold.
Harry, call Gustavo or Cam, Harry, please, and ask them about that Tesla trade. It's goes on Thursday for the following week, so you don't need to sell it the next day. But give them a call about that.
You can get you can get a 47% ROI going after the January 16th at 80 right there
I
on
know,
ASTS.
man. It is
Are you in this? Are you
insane.
in this one, Jeffrey?
No, I don't have any of this one right now. I think it's going to 114 though.
Yeah, man,
It's
I
just
love it.
Rocket Lab was my choice. I played that one and it hit my target, and I just backed off. Made 300% upside on Rocket Lab. I felt like it had a little more excitement around it than ASTS, so I went
Yeah,
after Rocket Lab.
I like them both, but the way this trend is going right now, this is good stuff.
Yeah. Another thing, you want to check out some consolidation pattern. Look at USA Rare Earth. This is another one of those I don't know. I think they're not vaporware. They have a little bit of no, they also have no money. That's in a nice little consolidation. I think we actually could the reason I'm looking at it, USAR, is because we have it's a kind of switching from space. It has some pretty decent flows coming in for guys on the free ride, guys and gals on the free ride scanner. You probably saw those today. Um, but they're also in a nice little consolidation pattern
What was
from
the ticker?
USAR.
USAR.
Yeah. Now, there is a consolidation pattern right where they bounced off before and then sold off like 60% or something or 30%. But if they do break through here, we could get that. It could be big run. And we're seeing some flows on the free ride. But I like those. I like the consolidation patterns. Like I like to see like it going up a little bit, consolidating, chopping, and then getting ready for the next leg up. And then you combine that with the flows. If it's over the moving averages, which we are, got a nice little floor there on the 150. Obviously, now it's also over the 200. I'm trying to, what was the USAR this 16th of January, 1850 calls this week's. Probably move it out to a couple weeks later, maybe January 30th. You can get those for USAR. You can get those for, what is it? What did I say? The 1850. Get those for a buck. Oh, spreads are wide on those. But you can get the 1850s for like 73 cents today on the 16th. Probably go January 30th spreads are really wide. Let's see if we go 20th of February. Spreads
You could
are
sell the Jan
wider.
23s. You could buy shares and sell the Jan 23s for 44% at 22.50. 44% ROI. Do a cover call
To the cover call. Yeah, that's
with a
cool.
40 with a 44%. That's just ROI without the share appreciation. That's just the money on the premium.
Yeah.
So
You said 25?
that's 22.50.
2250.
Yeah, 22.50. It's a little bit upside. It's got a 44% ROI for January 23, which is next week. So
Yeah, that's a 19 delta too. Not probably wouldn't hit it. Low probability.
be able to resell again.
Yeah.
So what Jack and I use this software for, is to find these.
What is that? I'm sorry, I'm not looking at your screen. Does it show you on that software what to do?
Yeah, it's got these purple lines at to
Oh, that's cool.
sell puts and sell calls to get your 40% ROI.
Yeah, that's cool. You always shoot for 40%?
It's Jack and I are kind of doing this challenge where we're working on building accounts that can make $50,000 a month, which roughly a $1.6 million account does that when you shoot for 40% ROI, which is
And
not
that
that risky.
all the 50 grand a month is all premium income. No price appreciation. No
Yeah.
trading. No directional trades.
What
Yeah,
do you
just income flowing, our holdings basically.
what do you do if
Yeah.
you get a sign? How does that factor into the calculations? Because that would be appreciation then or something, right? If
I
you
mean,
That does. Yeah.
bonus is bonus.
Right.
It's
Okay.
just
All right. So that's just the bonus money.
Yeah. So the
Nice.
goal is to try to build a reliable 50K income generating machine. And we're probably going to be working on it for a few years. I'm probably going to be working on it longer than Jack. Jack's got a little more money than me. Um,
Well,
he's sitting there with 20 grand in Tesla.
it's fun to do it. It's fun to
Yeah.
do it too, and it's so much less risk than I used to take. And I don't need a stock to go up, right? It can go up, down, sideways,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. Here's my
But
1 month right here, 14K. So
that's
I got a
pretty
little ways to
strong.
go.
Show them the growth curve. This is even maybe more impressive, is that it lacks all the volatility of a normal. Look
Yeah,
at that.
there's my 1 year growth curve right there.
As
Right.
opposed to all the up and down, up and down, up and down, which you get through stock trading. This is just smooth up.
Are y'all just doing is this a product or just on
No, we're
here?
No,
just
that's the
this is
funny
what we
thing
do for
about
the
it.
show. This is
Nice.
what we do for the show.
Nice.
Well, it's what we do. I do, everything I have a product for, I do. But this is like the meat and potatoes part of it right here.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man.
And we're sitting here, credit spreads and covered calls and wheel type trades, just
Oh, okay. So you don't
income
just do the wheel.
income trades, credit
Yeah.
spreads too, not just wheel trades, but it's
Yeah.
you can
That's
see
my favorite. Credit
all the stuff
spread.
down here. And Alex, I think we talked about these Nasdaq spreads a couple months ago. I've
Yeah,
been doing
yeah.
them.
You do
I've been
them?
doing them every day. Made about 20 grand on that so far.
That's great. What time you doing that?
I do it at 1:30 p.m.
Nice.
The
Let's
beer
see.
money trade. Show them,
Yeah.
show 'em how that works.
Yeah, I'll show you this. Yeah, 14 grand in this one account right here. 14 grand.
Picking up 20s.
Yeah, just go for I roll in at 1:30 p.m. I'll kind of pull
Kills
this
me.
up. And then I go for a 3 standard deviation out of the money option expiring today. So we're going to be down here 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviation, 3 standard deviation down here around somewhere around $2 an option comes out. Yeah, roughly the 3 standard deviation. Then I play 50 wide and collect about 40 to 50 bucks each day and just hold it for 2.5 hours and let it expire.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
The only thing is you got to be there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I'm usually out on the water at that time of day, so it's not for me. But I really love it.
I'll tell you,
Is
man,
it?
if you're watching it and if you have if you don't have diamond hands, that can get for everyone who's trying to do that. It goes up and it can go wild
Yeah,
because it is so volatile. That's why you get the premium because it's such I guess it's high volatility, but
Yeah, but I mean, people say you can't make big money just picking up like 20, 30, $40 a day, but that's 14 grand right there I've done since Halloween.
it is
So,
without
you
a
just doing
doubt
one contract.
the highest probability trade I may have ever seen for a day trade. You
Yeah.
got that little stat sheet there, Jeffrey? The white
yeah,
one?
let me see.
You got to see this, Alex. This is if you got the time of the day to do it, you got that kind of time in your daily schedule. This is and you like to day trade. Although this doesn't really count
Oh,
against you as a day trade, but it's something you could do every day, right?
Yeah,
I
and I
got
was
the,
doing it for a while.
Oh, you have been?
Yeah, I just been
Oh,
doing I did a couple trades when I sort of discovered it, but then I've been building all this software, man. It just takes so much time.
I started
yeah.
jumping on this every day and, I'm like 60 something trades in a row without a loser.
Crazy.
What delta you go?
It's not even a delta. It's I play the standard deviation because of these numbers right here.
Okay.
Yeah,
I,
explain
I
that part.
Yeah, I pulled 5 years worth of data, all the way back into COVID, and did like what are the probabilities of a drop? And right here, basically 4.1% drop. It's only occurred twice. 3.1% drop occurred 5 times. And as far as points, you can kind of see, 300, we've had 10 300-point drops. We've had 6 350-point drops. We've had 4 400-point drops, 3
Yeah.
450-point drops, 1 500-point drop. And almost all of these days are FOMC days or days during COVID when we were already down pretty big, or days like October 10th or November 20th, where we were already dropping pretty big.
So you just avoid the FOMC days.
Yeah, you just avoid chaotic days,
And that's
and that cranks up your win rate to 99.7%, which is one trouble day out of every 333 trading days if you're trading naively.
yeah.
And I'm not trading naively, so
Are you just taking max loss?
uh, I've never even gotten so the long here is 4 standard deviations out of the money.
Right.
So the likelihood that you ever go to max loss is like
Like,
99.999.
yeah.
Uh,
you'd have to have a well, it's not a Six Sigma. What would it be? How many Sigma? That'd be crazy.
but see, right after I talked to you, I started doing these, and I was doing them naively. I wasn't playing by statistics, and I actually got caught one day. I was playing, that was October 10th. I was playing, thought I was big boy, and, this drop in gonna keep going, and that was the day Trump tweeted he was gonna up the tariffs on China again, and actually I closed early, and it would have been less damage to my account if I just let it expire and cash settle.
Right.
Um,
It kind of got recovered a little bit.
Yeah, I actually took more loss by forcing it closed than if I just ridden it out. But I recovered that in like 10 trades or something like that. So
Mm,
even the loss I took. So it
that's
wasn't
cool.
that big a deal. And then I buckled down and did a bunch of these statistics later in October and into November. And then since then I haven't even sweated them really. Uh, New Year's Eve I was sweating just a little bit because it got really chaotic. Jack warned me it was going to get chaotic. It got within like $60 on my short strike, but I walked away with one of the biggest days I've had. I think I walked away with $1,500 that New Year's
Sweet.
Eve.
Was it
So
worth the sweat?
I think it was. I mean, that made up like 3 days worth of normal trading.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
hardly a $20 pickup, right? That was a
yeah,
big haul.
it was a big haul. And people are like, "Why don't you play earlier?" I did some of the numbers. If you go in at noon instead of 1:30 p.m., so an hour and a half earlier,
Yeah.
you actually buy 2% more volatility in S&P, which is right now that's 500 points more potential move
Yeah.
by by just adding an hour and a half. So you're safer waiting longer than you are playing earlier.
That's
Right. You
interesting.
catch for less premium, but you'll have a higher, better, much better win rate. What what do you use for the were you just creating custom scripts to back test? So I've been doing stuff like that too. I haven't been using, or do you use like a off the shelf software?
I to get those numbers I actually asked AI to help me, code up an indicator
Yeah.
in TradingView, and it's called my time-based entry exit right here.
Yeah.
And I just put it on NASDAQ. Oops, NASDAQ, and came in here and filled in the times for it. I wanted to get in at 1:30, out at like 1 minute before the close, and I just ran this and then exported all the trades. How much move if you get in here and out there? What's the price move? And that's what I really, then I took that and did some statistics on it and asked AI to do some statistics on it and but then the other magic sauce too is to use the options, not the deltas or anything like that, but the actual probability calculators built into the platforms. And that's where, come in here and look at this percentage,
Right.
percentage
Yeah.
of profit, 99.5. They don't calculate it any higher than that, but
Yeah.
that's roughly 3 standard deviations. When you come down here, at some point, you'll see it switch to 99, and that 99, and you go a couple more out. It's usually right around $2 is where usually it hangs out. And
You're
then
literally at
also,
you're at a point you're at a 3 delta here. That's crazy. That's so good.
yeah, and
It's
there's that
crazy you
much more.
get that much premium off 3 delta.
And there's that much money. And then I also use this Gex heat map thing I found on bullflow.io, and I usually try to stay below the Gex bubble
Yeah.
on the heat map.
Yeah, no, that's so sick.
So I have some of my followers are playing the upside, trying to cap off the Gex bubble, and at the same time that I'm sitting here playing the downside. I call it beer
Well,
money because I'm only picking up like 20, 30, $40, per day per $5,000. It's just a sweet freaking trade though.
yeah. I would be more hesitant to play the call side.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen these big rips take place in the late afternoon, and I'm definitely hesitant to play the call side.
You know, I'd much rather, especially like, I mean, look at the trend for the daily. I mean, we're still moving up. Maybe if we switched over and turned into a bear market, but even then,
Plus, you have the skew. There's always more put premium than there is call premium. So,
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. You're gonna get paid less for calls.
yeah, yeah. But one of my members down there, Jacob Sharp in the chat, he made 13 grand on the call side last week though. So,
Wow.
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 bro, what was your man, Jacob? That's crazy, dude. Your risk must have been incredible. That's you got
He,
cojones of
he had some diamond
yeah.
hands, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, 50% almost, huh?
yeah. I mean, that was pretty good. So, where did I get the Gex map? That's bullflow.io. I have no deal with them. I just found them on X. They were posting screenshots of this heat map, and I thought it was freaking cool. And it's just what I look for. It's kind of like having night vision goggles to see where the option positions are. And it tends to only really work with QQQs and SPY. Um, they don't really have the other indexes like SPX on here with daily options,
Yeah.
but you can get the
What's the conversion? You probably converted for NDX from QQQ.
yeah. I use the 41.11 right now
Yeah.
as the conversion factor. It does change a little bit, but 41.11 seems to be. And then you can see the big level right here on SPY, and we're probably just going to park it right in this vicinity, right around 694, 695, 696. We'll probably park right there for the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean there's not really the thing with these is there's so you don't try and I mean you don't do anything. You're just like 0 or 1 basically. And you
Yeah,
go
I
out.
I just want to be down here below the bubble. I call it a bubble where the big levels are. I just want to be below the bubble because with the 0 day players and the market hedging and stuff, it tends to stay right in the bubble
Yeah.
where the big money is because they want to do the most damage to the most option players they possibly can.
Have you ever gotten out prior to close? I mean, are you doing anything during? You just go like I'm in this, see what happens.
I ride it out to the close just
Yeah.
because I don't want to pay the extra premium. Like
Yeah.
the commissions on that thing are like kind of steep.
Yeah.
I'm riding up to
You know, if you're
20.
getting $40, you're gonna like well, you can walk away with
Yeah, I've been trading
32.
20 contracts a day too. So, I
Yeah.
guess to be 20 spreads. So that's 40 total contracts, counting the longs and the shorts. I guess to be quite a few commissions. So I don't
Yeah.
want to pay double that if I can just ride it out to zero.
Yeah.
And it expires at the bell. There's no extra innings. There's no extra time.
I
As
know.
soon as the bell rings, that's done.
That's what's
So,
good about
Pretty
NDX.
clean trade.
All the Euro options.
and like right now, today, I'm probably going to target being down here around 622, 623 with my position at the minimum. So place it under that 280 level.
Yeah, that's cool. Very cool.
So I combine, multiple layers of stuff to, as Jack says, stack the probability as much in my favor as I possibly can.
Yeah, well, that's what you gotta do. No signal by itself is that indicative of anything, but 3 or 4 that you like to use gives you much higher probability of success.
And that bull flow thing, if you pay monthly, it's like $39 a month. If you pay yearly, it's like 35 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
But and like I said, I have no affiliation, no endorsement, no I use it as a tool. I may switch to something else if I find something else. It does update live. Has most stocks on it. It just a lot of stocks don't have any like there's just no gamma that matters. Like you pull
Mhm.
up like we were talking about ASTS earlier. When you look at the gamma flow on that, there's 3 million. I mean, that's nothing. Like there's no levels on this that matter.
Yeah. There's
And
but Tesla has some good ones, Nvidia has some good ones. The big ones have Apple probably.
it's crazy though. Tesla stays pretty balanced. Like just less than 100 million. 77 million or 72 million right there. A little bit of skew, but it's actually not as big as you might think it would be. It stays pretty balanced.
Hmm. Interesting.
And then that's why I tend to stay on the indexes with this particular tool. Apple, it's got 100 million up there at 270. Yeah, but we're sitting right here at the big level at 260. So
146.
it may have trouble dipping below 146. And we may just kind of pin there. Well, probably pin there today maybe through this week. We may just pin in this zone right here.
Notice I've got for February 13th. Oh,
Yeah.
Monday. It's Monday. Wait. Oh, wait. No, it's not Monday. That's
And
next week.
it should be a Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
But
Yes. A lot. Wait, no, it's not a lot. It's only a couple thousand.
yeah, there's not very much out there in February
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And this, it's not just straight up like how many calls, how many puts. It does calculate like how many were bought, how many were sold, what's the short position. So there's a lot more that goes into this. Kane's really good at explaining it. I've been playing with it and using it for years. I don't necessarily calculate it myself. I've used other people's tools for a lot of years. So, um, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Gex is cool. Gex, Gex. It's like GIFs or GIFs. I don't know if it's GIFs or GIFs or Gex or Gex.
I just call it, gamma exposure, GEX,
I say Gex. I would say Gex just because it's like that's how you say gamma, Gex.
GEX, gamma exposure, and GEX.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like TSLL, like even with the bajillions of contracts flying, like there's nothing, not even $1 million in there. So it's it's the gamma's not pushing TSLL around. Something else is pushing it.
Hmm.
So,
That's cool.
and, and I know you got a scanner that you want to show off here too.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta get into this free ride. Is it the free ride scanner?
I did. Well, I mean, as administrator was saying, Gex plus the free ride scanner is lethal.
Now
Uh,
you
so
gotta tell me, where did you get the idea? Take me back to the beginning. Where'd you get the idea for this free ride scanner? What was the impetus?
dude, I don't even remember. I do so I do so much like research every day. Like I like sit in the computer till my eyes bleed like every day, and then I'm just like in the shower. I'm in the shower. I'm like I don't even know where I figured or came up with something like like whether it's like I browse a lot of I always I'll talk to AI. I'll like look on YouTube. I'll look on yeah, FinTwit's really good resource. Reddit. There's some pretty esoteric like there's Wall Street bets and there's like options. If you go to Reddit options, dude, it's crazy how like they're so clueless, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
but there are some more like theta gangs. Okay, there's some other more mm, I don't know like more advanced Reddit threads, more sort of like not off the beaten path Reddit communities that have good information. I
I
don't
pick
know.
up stuff on Medium. I don't know if you've ever been on there. I pick up some ideas on Medium.
I guess yeah, that's a good. I should use it more. I've done it a little bit, but I should use it more. Where do you find the accounts? You just got like the algo serving them?
Yeah, the algo just feeds it up to me since I'm interested in trading stuff, and
Yeah,
then I'll start playing with them in Trading View and testing it out and see if their ideas are worth anything. And found a few things there.
I should do that. I'm on Medium. I should do that. What's a good account to seed with?
Oh, I'll send it to you.
All
I'll
right,
send you a couple.
all right, thanks.
But yeah, I've had pretty good luck finding stuff. It's like um, there was an interesting pattern that Jack and I latched onto that if if a stock does a 3 to 6 month consolidation after making a 52-week high and then makes a new 52-week high after that 3 to 6 month consolidation, for 6 to 12 months, it will tend to outperform the S&P 500 by 30%.
How would you even like find that data? How would you even? That's such a crazy
Isn't it?
thesis to
But this
create.
guy had 30 years of doing this
Yeah.
and showed how he had been doing it, I guess, long time. But like this is a perfect example of one right here. It did that 3 to 6 month consolidation, new 52-week high, and then
Where's
outperform.
you want to share your screen? What are we looking at?
Yeah, I forgot I wasn't sharing. Yeah, this is light, LITE.
Oh yeah, momentum, right?
Yeah, right,
Momentum.
right here's the consolidation, 3 to 6 month, broke out 52-week high, and then has outperformed the S&P 500.
Did you take it?
Some of my followers did. It was a little rich for my blood at the time when I found it. I was already into some other stuff, but
How many
yeah,
times do you see this pop up, this pattern?
I've found it quite a few times. I'm trying to get an AI to code it for me to give me a live alert.
Mm.
Um, all the ones I've gotten 3 different versions of it so far, and they all lag. and I wanted to find that breakout like right when it happens.
Have
That's
you
funny.
tried
You could
Think Script?
I mean, I play in TradingView because
think
that's where,
think scripts. It's horrible. I hate think
yeah.
Yeah,
scripts.
I know. I've had nothing but trouble with it.
Dude, TradingView is. I'm telling everybody. I tell everybody this, man. Charting. I think charting on TradingView is better. But if you're a developer or a coder, it's so much better.
Yeah. And I usually use a Python TradingView like one-two punch combo thing. So that's what
Yep.
I'm working on.
Yep. That's the killer assassin duo, Python and PineScript. Python PineScript. Nobody will be able to stop you.
You want to share off your you want to show off your scanner a little bit there before you start talking about it?
Yeah, yeah. Let me move all this stuff over. So
Since the whole reason you're here today.
yeah, I know. So like when I was talking about combining different things, in is this the right screen? Everybody can see these charts, yeah. So when I'm talking about combining different things, different signals, right? When you're talking about that, it's like, yeah, uh, really the way I don't hardly ever even depends on what I'm doing, but like especially in intraday stuff, like this is basically all I use. Rarely do I like look at any technical indicators. Um, but like I was talking about USAR, basically what we're seeing. So we were talking about Gex, right? And I'm going to explain this down the road here in just a second. But if the gamma exposure levels that Jeffrey was talking about, which maybe per Kane talk about, right? Think of them like the Brontosaurus, right? The big old Gex dinosaur, right? These are very uh, uh, well established gamma exposure levels. You can think of what the free ride scanner does, sort of like a baby dinosaur, just coming out of the egg, like little beginning Gex levels, right? What you're seeing though, and we'll explain how that works. Actually, how this works from the market maker side, which Jack has experience of, but what you're seeing with the free ride scanner is when you're trading options, you have to get a lot of things right. You have to get the direction, of course, right? But you also need to know which contract to take because if you go to any options chain, you can see there's hundreds of different options contracts. And even if you have the right direction, if you don't pick the right one, how are you going to win, right? You could get killed by theta, decay. You maybe your delta is not good enough for a good enough move if the stock does move, right? But maybe the option won't move as much. But what you're seeing with the free ride scanner is this is where these smart money, these contracts, right? The ones you see for USAR, for example, for January 16th on Friday, 1850. These are basically the ones that smart money is pressing down the gas pedal on. What we'll talk about more down the road here in just a minute. So a lot of people go stocks first, options second. I actually don't do that at all. I go options first, stocks second. The options market is so huge. We have zero DTEs, we have one DTEs, we have weeklies, we have monthlies. Sometimes on SLV and stuff, you have midweek expirations. So at this point, it's like kind of the tail wagging the dog. So options move the stock market. And if you're not paying attention to where smart money is playing the options, it's extremely hard to win, I think. But if you are paying attention to where, smart money is putting the options, what options they're playing, I think that, the market can be a lot more decoded for you. Um, and what the free ride scanner does, it does shows you basically which exact contract smart money, big money is putting the gas pedal down on, just putting the gas pedal down on. And actually, when you get the right signals on the scanner, they're actually influencing the price. So when I said the tail is wagging the dog, they're actually moving the price and sort of twisting the arm of the market makers to do what they want, which is not what you think would be able to happen, right? You would think, oh, market makers are the all powerful beings, right? Citadel, wherever Jack were, like these guys, moving hundreds of millions, billions. But because of the unique mechanism of how options work, and especially how they work in today with so much volume on them being traded, they can actually really influence the price of a stock and sometimes really, really fast. So that's kind of the tease, and I can go into how all of that works if we want to get started here, Jack.
Sure.
Oop. All right. And anybody who uses I call it the free ride scanner for reasons that you'll understand in a second. But if you do use the free ride scanner, and have been using it, feel free, because we get a lot of testimonials on the Profit Panel show, and maybe we have some folks here. I know we got a couple that are on some of my stuff. So if you do have any success stories that you've had with it, let other people know, because I think it's important for them to see like why what I'm saying actually bears fruit in the real world. All right. You want to kick us off here, Jack?
Yeah, let's get it kicked off. Now, we develop tools and strategies to the best of our ability, but no one can guarantee the future. There's always a risk of loss when trading, and past performance is not indicative of future results. What you're going to see today, some of the best examples from the Public Trade Research Service that utilizes this underlying method. From July 2025 through October 2025, the win rate was 85.7%. Look at that. Those are great stats. With a 43% average winner and a 26% average net return of winners and losers over a 1 day average hold time. Loving those numbers. Now, there were bigger winners, there were smaller winners, and there were losers. Trade at your own risk and see our terms on the homepage for more information. Now, you're going to notice that the name of today's session is called the Free Ride Summit. And to clarify, the phenomenon we're talking about today has nothing to do with free riding and withholding. What we're going to discuss today is totally different, and the free ride name is our best way to describe this phenomenon. Now, let's be real. In trading, there will be losers. There's no black box miracle system that prints out winning trades automatically. And the whole purpose of Alex's research and work with traders like you is to give you an edge. And if you can't handle a losing trade, then you really shouldn't be trading with real money. Again, losses in trading have occurred and will occur again in the future. Hi, everybody. I'm Jack Carter. Thank you for being on here today. Now, what if you could throw out all your charts? Wouldn't that be cool? And click erase on all those colorful drawings, make your life easier, and never have to worry about a trend, a financial statement, or any kind of technical analysis. What if you could ignore all that and still have the opportunity to turn these dirt cheap little options contracts into what could be massive paydays? That's what options are for, right? Big hits. Look at this 100% winner on Lulu. Now, with options that only cost 68 cents to enter, that's 68 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
How about 134% payout on QUBT starting with just $73? That's what trading for big profit. Look at it. These returns have 3 digits in them. 156% return on Oklo starting with $100.58 pop. I love this stuff. Now, I know that might sound crazy, maybe even too good to be true. It looks like that, but look at this. According to my special guest, the lead options trader and coding expert, Alex is the man with 100+ million financial research firm. And those returns aren't even that special, and they're definitely not out of the ordinary. In fact, he sees dozens of opportunities just like these every single day the market's open, and it's all thanks to a custom coded option scanner. He invented it, and this detects which contracts could be primed to make a double or triple digit move. Pretty sweet, right? But not in a month, okay? Not in a week. This isn't taking all day. It's a matter of hours. What an advantage this is. Now, the way it works is quite simple. It does give you an unfair advantage, but all he does is wait for the options details to pop up in the feed. Couldn't be more simpler. Like what you see, click a few buttons with your broker to follow along. Any broker will do the trick. And you know you got a chance to walk away with could be a double or triple digit payday hours later. There's no waiting, my friend. Now look at what happened on AMD. July 29th, 10 a.m. AMD started lighting up on the scanner, meaning these exact options, which are pinpointed, could have the potential to pay double or triple digit gains in a matter of hours. Nothing for you to figure out. So anybody who took the trade, like my special guest personally did, could have walked away with a 52.7% payout on the basic call options by 10:44 a.m. You're done. That's a double-digit return in only 23 minutes. Who wouldn't like that? Which is no different than watching $1,000 turn into 1527 before your favorite TV show ended, or 2,500 into 3818 before the morning cup of coffee got cold. That's sweet. Now, you see, while most people try to make their trading as complex as possible, my guest just waits for the trade to pop up on his scanner. And then he buys the exact option contract to tag along for what could be the next double or triple digit winner, usually paying out in less than 24 hours. For example, like on July 29th, when it pinged FFAI, a 23.8% return in 2 market hours. Or the next day, July 30th, when it pinged on IONQ, a 19% return by 10:04 a.m. And then again on July 30th, that same day, when it flagged NVDA with 111% ROI within 24 hours. And then August 4th, it keeps rolling when it was all over American Eagle, a 24% return this time in just 45 minutes. And how about on August 6th? This time it lit up Etsy Inc. Sure enough, 120-cent payout overnight. And keep in mind, these trades are not from a back test. They weren't some theoretical coulda, woulda, shoulda opportunity either. Not some pie in the sky, nothing like that. In fact, each and every example shared today is from real trades that my special guest took in real time with his own money on the line. Trades that he also shared in his public Telegram channel with over 2,000 people just like you. And top people like Jason, who said, I was in at 25 cents and out at $1. That's 4 times your money. He made a $750 profit. David H. pulled in 92% on SMCI, $1,030 profit. Rich M, BBBY, 1655 on 30 contracts. Connor came out 2,000 ahead this morning. Thanks so much for your options recommendations. And many, many more. Look at that. Margaret, Robert. Now, with the real time results like that and dozens of stories from folks around the globe, I'm sure my guest could package it up and sell this new scanner for easily 10,000 in my opinion, or more. But today we're going to do something totally different. Can you believe this? Going to give it away for free. This is an institutional quality tool that anybody would love. And I've seen stuff like this go for 20 grand. That's right. You're going to get this. You're not going to have to pay a dime. You're not even going to have to get a credit card put in here. How about that? And that, by the time this class is over, you'll be able to start using it right away to access some top opportunities already selected for you for today, targeting the next double or even triple digit return right from your standard brokerage account. So without further ado, everyone give a warm welcome to my special guest, options expert, great trader, all-around good guy, genius, and programming specialist, Alex Reed, CEO and head trader at WealthPin. This is the guy you want to work with. Alex, it's great to have you on today. Thank you for being here on Market Master. Show us everything you got, my friend.
Yeah, well, always great to see you, Jack. I'm glad to be here. And I can't wait to give everyone access to this all-new state-of-the-art options scanner today. Now, this has already helped my beta tester. Well, not even my beta testers and me at this point, right? I mean, just so many traders. We get all these chat messages, emails every single day. People hitting dozens of double and triple-digit returns this year alone. Yes, and that means 2026, like literally already in 2026. So now usually hitting our payout in a matter of hours. So this is all thanks to a new phenomenon that's now driving some of the biggest and most repetitive moves in certain stocks. A phenomenon I like to call a free ride. Now, these free rides are so powerful and so consistent that researchers at elite institutions like MIT, Stanford, Princeton, Vanderbilt, the Wall Street Journal, even the SEC have funded study after study after study, all trying to crack the code on how these free rides are even possible. But I would bet that 99.9% of traders out there never know this phenomenon even exists because it's buried deep inside the options market and practically impossible to detect with the naked eye. However, thanks to many late nights and early mornings programming and testing out the code, plus paying out north of $100,000 annually for options data feeds, we've been able to build this state-of-the-art scanner that can flag these free rides in real time, telling us exactly which contracts could be primed to make a double or triple digit move in a matter of hours. For example, take a look at the free ride I took on Soundhound Inc. back in September. So at the time, everyone was expecting this stock to be one of the AI darlings and print money hand over fist. But after a bad earnings call, the stock cratered 25%, leaving Soundhound stuck in a tight trading range with no signs of life on the horizon. However, on September 4th, that did not really matter too much because that day my scanner picked up a free ride on Sound. And as you'll soon see, that meant a major player on Wall Street would be forced to buy shares of this stock over the next few hours, driving the price higher and higher. So I went ahead and took the trade without any delay, posting it in my Telegram like I always do. And sure enough, only a few hours later, the stock was up big, landing a nice double-digit payout on the free ride. And some of my beta testers did even better. We got Oscar here. 2 contracts, 34% profit in less than 24 hours. Coan emailed me to say profit of $560. Woohoo. Michael, 30%. Lisa, 36%.
Hmm.
Made 40% on Sound. Now, there was the same story with my free ride on Luminar just a few days later. At the time, Luminar's stock was getting punched in the face. Shares had plummeted 50% in 2 months. The company was facing brutal lawsuits, and the analysts were projecting this stock to go even lower. Now, if you were evaluating the price action or reading the news on that stock, there was probably no chance anyone in the right mind would have even come close to that ticker. But on September 16th, none of that mattered to me because my scanner flagged a free ride on Laser right at 10:18 a.m., which meant millions of dollars could be flooding into Laser over the next few hours. So I shot this trade off to my Telegram channel, simply copying and pasting the options from the scanner to tag along for the free ride. And sure enough, out of nowhere, the stock took off like a rocket. Within a matter of hours, I was closing out with 140% return on the trade.
Alex, let me stop you right there. 1,000 into each of these would have turned into 3,628 after just 2 trades. Now, I'm not going to bore anybody with the painful stats on the ever rising cost of living. We all know life's gotten extremely pricey, and I'm talking about at least 1,000 on each month. In addition, in added expenses for most people, and it's not going to slow down. And that's really put a dent in the savings and retirement accounts for many, setting folks way back. But just between those 2 trades alone, look at this. Anybody could have banked a few $1,000, a nice little cushion to add to the slush fund. And it's not like we're talking about hypothetical examples here either, folks. These are very real trades that you personally took with real money on the line. Trades you shared with regular people just like you and me in real time. Pete D made 102% like that. 80. Look at this. In at 11 cents, out at 23 for 111% profit. This is so affordable. Stanley S, big winner, up 136%.
Oh yeah, man. I love hearing those stories and giving people a real shot at making some extra cash, even when the markets are less than favorable. And starting today, I'm hoping a lot more people can see results like Stanley, Pete, and 80. And I want to make it even easier for you by handing everyone here access to the fully automated free ride scanner at zero cost today. Now, before we get too far along there, let me be the first to remind everyone, no strategy wins 100% of the time. If you're here right now, you're probably a pretty smart individual. You know with any investment strategy, there is risk, right? So don't invest more than you can afford to lose because there's going to be big winners, small winners, losers too. Now, with that said, I'm happy to report that we're currently hitting with an 85.7% win rate so far for these quick hitting opportunities. And that is not from up to this up to now. January, what is it, 12th? Around 85% on these quick hitting option opportunities. All on live trades that I have not only taken myself, but also shared in my Telegram channel with people just like you. And I don't say that all to brag, but instead to offer you a genuine sense of hope. Because if you have been trading for a while and stumbled around with win rates of 50 to 60%, and it feels like you keep climbing up the stairs only to take the elevator back down, I don't want you to beat yourself up because most traders are taught to look at technical indicators, fundamentals, chart patterns, maybe even try to follow insiders, and then try to guess when Wall Street's going to buy a stock. But the thing is, none of those methods can actually tell you if Wall Street is going to buy the stock or not. If you think about it, just because the RSI is below 30 or stock at the Bollinger Band, it does not mean Wall Street is on the hook to buy it up from there. But with what I'm about to show you today, whenever a free ride pops up on my scanner, that means a big player on Wall Street is actually forced to buy shares of that stock almost instantly,
Oh, I
which
got you.
inevitably can send the price of the stock higher and higher more often than not. For example, let's look at my trade on Lemonade Inc. We're talking about Lemonade earlier, right? Back in September. Now, at the time, this probably wasn't the most exciting stock to trade. It had been stuck in a choppy sideways trend for over almost a full year. And if you tossed your favorite indicators on the chart, well, there was no clear signal from any of them. No clear reading from the RSI. In no man's land on the Bollingers, frost and heading lower on the stochastics. Really, there was no reason anyone should have considered buying this stock in the middle of September. But of course, none of that mattered to me at all on September 18th. My scanner flagged a free ride on Lemonade right at 11:23 a.m., suggesting that a big player on Wall Street could be forced to buy shares and send the stock higher and higher over the coming hours. So anyone who simply copy and pasted that exact options trade when it hit, like we did, could have pocketed a 36% return in only 2 hours on the free ride. And then it happened again the very next day on the ticker Qubit. Free ride hit the scanner September 19th, right at 9:43 a.m. So I quickly took the trade, knowing Wall Street could be forced to buy up the stock right away, artificially pushing the share price higher and higher in just a matter of hours. And when this one worked out, within about 5 minutes, actually, I was up triple digits. 10 minutes into that trade, I was closing out with a 134% payday on the free ride.
Okay, Alex, now this is crazy. Let me pause you again here, please. Because between those two trades, which you personally took and you also shared with folks in real time for free, we're looking at enough to turn $1,000 into $2,710 in under 3 total hours in the stock market. Now, for someone who started with twice as much, we're talking about $5,420 in total. And if you think of it on an hourly basis, that'd be no different than getting paid over $1,000 an hour. Alex, that's a way better hourly rate than many high end lawyers in the US. And it's not like I'm blowing these numbers out of proportion here either. Some of your best beta testers have already seen results just like that. Rich sent this note. He made a quick 1124 in under 4 minutes. Crazy. David emailed in, got out early, made $2,004 in profit. And Jason, who's been loving these trades, I've grown my account by 5,000